Hey guys, I'm ZeldaMaster, and just earlier today, Nintendo has revealed new gameplay for Breath of the Wild. Though before I get any of your hopes up, not much has been shown, though it's still worth getting into. Now this gameplay was shown in form of a trailer, which is a Super Bowl ad. And the ad was shown in two different trailers, an extended version and a cut version. And to my luck, the cut version cuts out all of the other Nintendo Switch gameplay and only has Breath of the Wild in it, with Nintendo heavily advertising Breath of the Wild with the Nintendo Switch. So we'll be taking a look at that version of the trailer because it pretty much cuts out everything else I want to cut out. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Starting off the trailer is pretty much a scene of how my life is going to be once the game is out, and that is the second I wake up, I will be grabbing the Nintendo Switch and playing Breath of the Wild. As we can see with this guy in the trailer, he's able to play it the second he gets out of bed, which seems so awesome, and I can't wait for me to be able to do that. But anyways, as you can see, the second he opens up the game, it boots up a really weird cutscene. Obviously, I don't think that's how the game is going to boot up, but Nintendo really likes to show off these little cutscenes that we can sit and theorize about and speculate, because this doesn't seem normal. Now, we've seen Link standing next to Zelda before, and we know this, you know, Link is Hyrule's savior, he's protecting Zelda, all of that. You can see Link holding the Master Sword in a certain stance, and yeah, this looks like, you know, something is happening, some sort of battle, and Link is currently protecting Zelda. Though I would like to note something else. If you see what's underneath Link, right behind Link and Zelda, you'll notice some sort of red warrior that is collapsed. Now, most likely that is the exact same design as the other Sheikah-like warrior that we've seen in the Nintendo Switch presentation, shown in the Nintendo Switch trailer all the way back. And yes, it looks exactly like that exact same type of Sheikah Guardian that we've seen with the upside down Sheikah eye. So most likely these weird Sheikah beings, I don't really know what to call them. I don't want to call them guardians because the guardians are mechanical creatures, but these Sheikah warriors, I guess we'll define them as these dark Sheikah warriors, because they're not really Sheikah. I mean, they're dressed in red, which the Sheikah are known for blue. As you can see, Link and Zelda are dressed in blue, and they're also, you know, they have an upside down Sheikah eye, as we saw in the previous trailer. So yeah, there's a lot going wrong with this. I mean, Link must have just took down this weird Sheikah warrior, and it might be fighting another one or maybe a guardian, but this really raises a lot of questions. And the reason why is because if you look at this scenario is most likely taken in the past, before Calamity Ganon really wreaked havoc, or during the time Calamity Ganon was wreaking havoc on Hyrule, before Link was put into the Tower of Resurrection to be resurrected 100 years after. And the reason why I say that is because you can see Link holding the Master Sword. Link doesn't have the Sheikah Slate. You know, it's all kind of showing that this might be taking place in the past during the Calamity Ganon War. So that means possibly that these Sheikah warriors, these evil Sheikah warriors, might be since the beginning and could have helped create Calamity Ganon and could have helped cause the Guardians to become evil, and overall just could have really helped with all of this. I mean, we don't really know, but apparently the Sheikah are trying to prevent it, but there's some sort of anti-Sheikah that we're seeing that isn't really doing the same thing. They're doing the opposite, if anything, especially with seeing how the Guardians turned evil. I mean, that could just be Calamity Ganon's doing, but it does look like the Sheikah have a lot to do with this, in the say of that they're evil. Like, the Sheikah might be evil as well, but might also be good. There might be two different tribes of the Sheikah, the blue Sheikah and the red Sheikah, and they're both completely different. One with the blue aura, the good aura that we know the Sheikah for, and then one with the red aura that we know Calamity Ganon for. I think that would be really cool, and just showing off this little screenshot or just a little footage of Link standing next to Zelda really opens my mind on the possibilities that this game could have, especially seeing that Sheikah Guardian right underneath Link, or Sheikah Warrior. I shouldn't say Guardian because the Sheikah own Guardians that are, yeah, the mechanical creatures. But anyways, yeah, so we see that, and then we see another clip of Link gliding. Nothing too new, but overall that clip in particular with Link and Zelda is worth pointing out because, yeah, it does raise a lot of questions. The next scene also similar to what I'll be doing when the game is out, and that is, yes, playing the Nintendo Switch anywhere I go, because the game is portable, and the Nintendo Switch looks so nice being held, and yeah, it just looks very sleek and small and portable and exciting to take around and play. But anyways, I'm going to stop obsessing over the way the Switch looks and get on with the gameplay. So the next scene of gameplay is actually very interesting. We've seen something similar to it in the Nintendo Switch presentation, and that is of Link pretty much surfing on sand with his shield, because you can't see the shield on Link's back, and you can clearly see it on the floor, and he's hooked on to this walrus-like thing that we see in the sand, pretty much sand walruses. We've seen Link standing next to one in the Nintendo Switch presentation trailer as well, so clearly we know that this is hopefully a good character of sorts. But what's worth pointing out here is the enemy Link is fighting. Now this is known as the North Dragon something. I don't know if it's saying North Dragon's Exit. You can't really tell through the text because it is very pixelated and the resolution isn't really that high, since we're supposed to be looking at off of the off screen pretty much with the hands holding the gamepad and everything. So yeah, you can't really tell what the text says, but it's worth noting the name of this creature. Now, I did say it looked similar to Molduga and other like enemies from Zelda that, are shaped like snakes, or, just pretty much have long like bodies. Now, this one is known as Molduga, which is kind of interesting because it's very similar to Molduga. It looks like Molduga, it acts like Molduga in a sense, and overall it has a very, very similar name. But this one is most likely going to be a North Dragon something. Maybe this is just the North Dragon's exit. Link is exiting and then he has to fight this enemy or something. But overall, it's still really worth noting because this is a new enemy. It also has a very similar enemy name to what we've seen before, but it carries something similar. So, I don't know, it's just something to speculate over. I thought I'd point it out as well because we don't really know what this means, aside from it being a new enemy. I really want to know if it's a dragon or not, because I think it is, but I just can't tell through the text. So, if you're able to somehow decipher what the text says on the very top, then please tell me. All I'm getting from it is North Dragon's something. I want to say exit, but I don't know why this creature would be known as that unless it's just saying what it's blocking or something like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump to the next clip. And the next scene pretty much confirms my speculation of the last scene, and that is whether or not Link was fighting in an area or if that was the name of the enemy. And as you can see, Link is currently in an area called East Gut Check Rock, and he's fighting an enemy known as Hinox. I doubt that's the title of Hinox, East Gut Check Rock. I'm pretty sure that's the location. So most likely the last location we saw Link in was the North Dragon exit or something similar to that. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at Hinox. We've seen someone similar to this before, this enemy. I believe we've seen like a red looking one in a previous Nintendo Switch trailer of sorts that's shown Breath of the Wild. But what's worth pointing out with this one is we actually know the name of the enemy, which is Hinox, and this name is a name we've seen before in previous Zelda titles, and to be exact, in games like A Link Between Worlds, A Link to the Past, and Link's Awakening. So we've never really seen this enemy outside of games that all fall in the Downfall timeline. Yes, if you couldn't tell, all of those games are in the Downfall timeline, so it definitely raises some questions. Now, I'm not jumping the gun. I'm not saying because we see Hinox and we've never seen Hinox outside of the Downfall timeline that Breath of the Wild has to be in the Downfall timeline, but it does raise some speculation. I mean, especially with Nintendo recently confirming that Breath of the Wild has nothing to do with the Wind Waker, so it's most likely going to take place sometime in the Child or in the Downfall timeline, and it has to take place after Ocarina of Time because Hyrule has been through, the evil caused by Ganon more than once. Calamity Ganon isn't its first time showing up. This is definitely Ganon doing what he does all the time to Hyrule. So yeah, it definitely raises a lot of speculation in my eyes, because having Hinox, this weird creature that we know for throwing bombs, now being this giant creature with the club, it's exciting. I mean, I don't feel like this pinpoints the fact that it's in the Downfall timeline, but you could use it as something to, I guess, back up your theory if you are trying to theorize on that, but I don't really know. In general, I find it very interesting to find this enemy, and it's cool because we've seen enemies like this before, just not in a massive scale like this one. Next, we see Link attacking a Guardian with the bomb arrows, and it does little to no damage, even though the explosion is so huge. And that's pretty much it. The gist of the trailer was pretty much to advertise the game as well as the console, of course, because, yeah, we saw a lot of shots of the console and how awesome it looks. I mean, clearly Nintendo's not advertising the Wii U with this because, yeah, the Wii U is pretty much dead. I believe Breath of the Wild is the final Wii U game that is going to come out for the Wii U, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, it kind of sucks for the Wii U, even though I really like it and it plays pretty much every game I want it to play. So I'm happy with it, don't get me wrong, but I can't wait for the Nintendo Switch, and what they've shown so far of it has me extremely hyped for it. But yeah, it's pretty much it for this little analysis of sorts. I decided to kind of wing it, you know, just open up the screenshots and kind of talk about what I observe instead of like my other analysis videos where it's more so scripted. So let me know which one you guys prefer in the comments below. Do you guys prefer it more like this or more like my previous analysis video of the Nintendo Switch presentation trailer and all of that jazz? So yeah, let me know in the comments and let me know what you guys picked up on this and what theories you guys may have from what we've seen in this trailer. I know it hasn't been much, but Breath of the Wild is only 30 days away and I can't help but just stay so excited for it. So we're gonna be counting down every single day until Breath of the Wild comes out. And yeah, I just can't help but like want to talk about it as much as possible and just stay hyped for it because we are so close to the game finally being out, and I just can't stress how excited I am. Like, I am so excited. Like, yeah. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. I've been ZeldaMaster. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.